In this video, I'm reviewing the Ninja Twisti High-Speed Blender Duo, so let's get started. The model I'm reviewing is the SS150C3, and inside the box is a 1500 peak watt motor base. The motor base has two suction feet towards the front only, which definitely makes it easier to lift it off the counter. And underneath the base, you'll be able to see what the continuous operating wattage is. This one is showing 1100 watts. Don't confuse this with the peak wattage that is shown on the box, which is the maximum wattage that the unit can reach for a short period of time. Ninja Kitchen have actually been a little sneaky here by advertising the peak wattage rather than the operating wattage on their box. The Ninja Canada website only has this particular model, which comes with only 3 Auto IQ programs: Extract, Frozen and Bowl. There is a start and a stop button and a pulse button. There is an 18-ounce nutrient extraction cup and a to-go lid. A hybrid edge blades assembly to be used on both the pitcher and the extraction cup. A 34-ounce pitcher. The pitcher has these markings on it for how much liquid and frozen fruit to add when preparing smoothie bowls. The smaller icons towards the bottom end here are for single serve, and these larger icons on top are for 2 servings. Smoothie bowls can be a bit tricky. If you add too much liquid, then it can just get too runny. So these markings are a good indication. To close the lid on the pitcher, you'll need to align this red piece here with the red line on the pitcher, then turn it clockwise until it locks into place. And the lid has a built-in twist tamper and drizzle cap. To open the lid, press the side button to release the lock. The lid has a removable silicone ring around it for easy and thorough washing, which is good because this is most likely where a lot of food will get trapped and it may go unnoticed. So I'm really glad that this is removable, and you'll just pop it back on by aligning the tabs up like so and just secure it all the way around. Once I washed all the parts, I started with a smoothie first, adding in some mixed frozen fruit. You want to add these first so that they're closer to the blades. Add in some cashew nuts, squeeze in some honey for added sweetness, and finally a cup of apple juice or liquid of your choice. Then secure the lid on and install it into the base, aligning the tabs with the slots on the base. I always worry about the blade assembly not being secure, and I always double check that it's not leaking anywhere. Once it's in the base, rotate the pitcher clockwise until it locks into place. If you are new to Ninja's blenders, I should warn you, they are quite loud. If the display light is not on, press any program button to wake it up, and then I press the Frozen preset IQ button and let it run the program, which will take about 50 seconds. Again, I felt around for any leakages just to be sure, and the pitcher is leak proof. And once I emptied out the pitcher, you could see that there is nothing left at the bottom. It has blended everything really well, leaving no chunks or bits behind. Although it blended all the ingredients, the smoothie did have a little bit of a texture to it, and those little white specks are likely from the cashew nuts, in which case I would blend it slightly longer if you're planning to use nuts or seeds. Maybe another 10 to 15 seconds will give it a bit more smoother consistency. But otherwise it did blend everything well, and of course whatever ingredients you choose to use will determine whether the smoothie tastes great. So you'll need to play around with some recipes and see what works well for you. When making a nutritious extract cup, you'll need to switch the assembly blades from the pitcher to the extraction cup. The extraction cup is great for extracting nutrients from tougher ingredients like leafy greens and vegetables. I tried it out by adding a fresh orange cut into 1-inch pieces, 1 small carrot, a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger, and a handful of baby spinach. For liquid, I added a cup of mango juice. Secure the blades on top, flip it over and pop it into the base, turning it clockwise to lock it into place, and then press the extract button. This program will run a little longer for 75 seconds on high speed so it can blend through the tough ingredients that I mentioned. I know it doesn't look very appealing with its greenish brown color, but that's just from the lack of spinach I added combined with the mango juice. I'd recommend adding more spinach by packing the cup as much as you can, and this will make the drink more bright green, or leave it out altogether for a more vibrant orange color. The best part is you can add more or less of any ingredients to your own liking. Despite the color of this drink, it tasted really good. The blender did do a great job of blending everything together smoothly. I was impressed at how the blender broke down tough carrot fibers to release all of that delicious juice. I was expecting some little bits or some texture from it, but you can see that it's absolutely smooth. You can pop on the spout lid and have it to go. You just need to try out different ingredient variations to see what works best for you. The recipe guide included in the box has lots of suggestions too if you're unsure of where to start. Finally, I wanted to create a smoothie bowl with oats blended into it. Since I was using large oats, I chopped them up first so that they blend better with the rest of the ingredients. Just using the pulse button a few times until they're nicely crushed. Then adding my liquid, I used coconut milk. My measuring cup had 5 ounces, but it seemed like too much liquid. So I decided to start with 3 ounces first to prevent it becoming too liquidy. The line on the picture actually showed 8 ounces of liquid, but that didn't seem right to me. Next, I added 1 cup of my mixed tropical fruit blend of pineapple, dragon fruit and passion fruit, which took it to the max single serve line. After that, I added 1 tablespoon of vanilla flavored Greek yogurt, and finally for sweetness I threw in a pitted date. Lock the lid on, secure the pitcher to the base, and selecting the bowl program, which runs for only 30 seconds. I then needed to twist the tamper counterclockwise so that it's twisting in the opposite direction to the blades running. Halfway through the program, I decided to stop it and added the remaining 2 ounces of the coconut milk because I thought perhaps maybe it would be too thick, and that's where the drizzle hole comes in useful. I had to start the program again. Unfortunately, there's no pause and resume option, so the second time I ran it for about 15 seconds again. But I could see that I made a really big mistake adding that extra 2 ounces, and I should have just stayed with my initial gut instinct, because now you can see that it ended up being too soft for a smoothie bowl. I added on some toppings. You can see the crushed oats gave it quite a bit of texture, which I didn't mind at all. If you do prefer to have your oats completely blended, then it's best to add them to a smoothie drink where they'll blend longer. The smoothie bowl doesn't blend for too long, otherwise the friction from the blades causes the ingredients to become too soft and you end up with more of a runny smoothie bowl. So going back to the markings on the picture, the single serve showed 8 ounces of liquid, but I would suggest you start with 3 or 4 ounces and then add more liquid if you need to. But honestly, I feel you won't need to. thick smoothie bowls should have as little liquid as possible, depending on what other ingredients you're using and if they contain their own juices. So this is a clip from my previous Ninja Power smoothie maker. I'll leave a link in the description box if you would like to watch it, and it shows how nice and thick the smoothie bowl came out. I did try another variation using frozen bananas and chocolate milk, but that was a disaster too because there was just too much liquid in there. So I had a lot of people asking me on my previous Ninja Blender video whether it can crush ice. I'm going to try it out on this one, and I'm just going to fill it up to the first maximum line and press the pulse button a few times. And yes, I did jump the first time because it was quite loud. So 5 pulses later, and here is the crushed ice. Pulse it one more time if you feel you need to, but this is fine for me. Overall, the Ninja Twisti is a good choice of blender for making smoothie bowls and drinks with tough ingredients. The option to blend in the single serve cup is ideal, and the larger pitcher allows you to make up to 2 servings in one go. Although it can be a little loud and the twisting tamper can be tiring on your wrist, it does take away the need to stop, open and scrape the ingredients down. When making smoothie bowls, it's best to use frozen fruit, and also remember that they require very little liquid. So I would use your own judgment instead of relying solely on the markings on the picture. If you like to add oats, nuts or seeds to your smoothie drinks, you may want to run the program again to achieve a more smoother consistency, otherwise you'll end up with a little bit of texture. Finally, cleaning the blender is a breeze. Just add water to the single serve line. Add a couple of drops of dish soap and then run it on the bowl program. Alright guys, I hope you found the video useful. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you have any recipes you'd like to share, please feel free. Don't forget to give this video a like, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to catch you in my next video.